Over 68% of women admit to faking orgasms regularly, and there is a problem with that number. But the problem is not what you think. Most people assume faking is about dishonesty or protecting someone's ego. That is part of it, but there is something deeper happening, something that affects intimacy after 50 in ways most couples never talk about. Your body has 5 physical signs that cannot be faked during a real orgasm. These are involuntary responses that happen whether you want them to or not. In this video, I am going to show you exactly what those 5 signs are. I am also going to explain why faking is actually sadder for women than it is for their partners. And I am going to tell you the real reasons women fake, which might surprise you. This is not about blame, this is about understanding. Because when you understand what is really happening, everything changes. I want to hear your story. Comment below and share your experience with faking. This is a safe space, no judgment here. If you don't feel comfortable sharing your full story yet, that's okay. Just comment a 1 if you've never faked any climax. Comment a 2 if you have. Now let me tell you why women fake it in the first place. Women fake orgasms for reasons that have nothing to do with being dishonest. The first reason is to protect their partner's feelings. She knows how much it matters to him. She sees his effort. She does not want him to feel like he failed. So she gives him the sounds and the reactions he expects, even when her body is not responding. The second reason is exhaustion. Sometimes she just wants it to be over. Not because she does not care, but because she is tired or uncomfortable, or her mind is somewhere else. Faking becomes a way to end the experience without hurting anyone. The third reason is the saddest one. Many women over 50 have lost connection with their own bodies. Hormonal changes, medications, stress, and years of inconsistent pleasure have left them unsure of what a real orgasm even feels like anymore. They fake it because they think what they are experiencing is as good as it gets. And the fourth reason is wanting to feel normal. If everyone else seems to be having amazing orgasms, she does not want to be the one who admits she is not. If you are faking, you are not broken. You are surviving in a situation where honesty feels risky. But here is what most people do not realize. Your body tells a different story than your voice does. There are physical signs that happen during a real orgasm that cannot be controlled or faked, and understanding those signs changes everything. Because when you know what to look for, you can start building the kind of intimacy where faking is no longer necessary. The first sign your body cannot fake is muscle contraction. When a woman is approaching a real orgasm, her muscles tense up, not just in one place but all over her body. Her pelvic muscles contract, her legs stiffen, her back might arch. This tension builds as she gets closer, and it is completely involuntary. She cannot control it even if she wanted to. If you are with a partner, pay attention to her whole body. If she is holding herself tense and her body feels tight, keep doing exactly what you are doing. Do not change the rhythm. Do not switch positions. Stay right there. The second sign is her heartbeat and breathing pattern. During a real orgasm, her heart rate increases significantly. Her breathing becomes heavy and fast. You can check this very easily. Put your hand gently on her chest. You will feel her heart racing. You will hear her breathing change. You might think moaning is a reliable sign, but it is not. Moaning can be controlled. Breathing cannot. A fast heartbeat cannot be faked. These are the body's automatic responses to intense pleasure. If you are a woman watching this, pay attention to your own body. If you are not feeling that muscle tension building, if your heart is not racing, you are probably not as close to climax as you think. These are just the obvious ones. There are 3 more signs most people miss, and those signs are even more telling. Comment where you're from and what time it is. I would love to know who is watching this. The third sign is involuntary movement. When a woman is about to climax, her body starts moving in ways she cannot control. She might grab the sheets or the pillow. Her legs might shake uncontrollably. This happens because her heart rate is spiking and her muscles are contracting. It is the same kind of tremor you get when you are scared or startled. Her body is responding to intense sensation, and she has no ability to stop it. If you see her gripping anything around her or her legs trembling, do not stop what you are doing. She is right there. The fourth sign is something called sex flush. As a woman approaches climax, the skin on her chest, face, or arms might turn red. This happens because blood flow increases during arousal. Her blood vessels dilate, and that creates a flushed look. Women with lighter skin show this more obviously, but it happens across all skin tones. You might also notice her labia becoming slightly darker. Again, this is extra blood flow coming to the area. These physical changes cannot be faked. The fifth sign is verbal guidance. This is not about loud moaning. This is about what she says when something feels right. If she says, "Wow, this feels great," or "Yeah, just like that," listen very carefully. Most people make this mistake when they hear "just like that." They think it means do more or go faster. It does not. It means do not change a single thing. Stay in the exact same position. Keep the exact same rhythm. Do not speed up. Do not slow down. Do not try something new. Her body is building toward release, and any change will interrupt that process. This is why faking hurts her more than it hurts anyone else. When she fakes it, she never learns what actually works for her body. Her partner never learns either. The cycle continues. But what if you are not seeing these signs? What if her body is not responding this way? That does not mean something is wrong. It means we need to understand why orgasms feel different for different women. If this is helping you, hit the like button and comment 1 if this matches your story. Comment 0 if it does not. Not all orgasms look the same, and that is important to understand. There are 2 main types of orgasms women experience. The first is a clitoral orgasm. This is the most common type, and how most women learn to climax through masturbation. Clitoral orgasms can be less obvious to detect. You might see the body tense up and release, but the signs are more subtle. The second type is a vaginal orgasm. This comes from stimulating the G-spot or A-spot inside the vagina. Vaginal orgasms are much more obvious. The front wall of the vagina swells up as she gets closer to climax. Her whole body might quiver and shake. Some women even ejaculate during vaginal orgasms, and when that happens, it is unmistakable. But here is what matters most. If you are not seeing these signs during intimacy, it does not mean something is broken. It might mean her pelvic floor muscles are weaker. This is extremely common after 50. Hormonal changes, childbirth, and aging all affect muscle strength in that area. Weaker muscles mean less intense contractions, which makes orgasms harder to detect and sometimes harder to achieve. The good news is that pelvic floor muscles can be strengthened. Exercises like Kegels help rebuild that strength. Women who strengthen their pelvic floor after 50 experience pleasure most people think is impossible. Stronger muscles mean stronger orgasms. Stronger orgasms mean clearer signs, and clearer signs mean better communication. This is not just about detection. This is about reconnection. When both partners understand what is happening in her body, intimacy becomes something entirely different. But there is one conversation that changes everything, and most couples never have it. The conversation is not about catching someone faking. It is about creating a space where faking is no longer necessary. Most people approach intimacy like it is a performance. He wants to know if he did a good job. She wants him to feel successful. But neither of them is being honest about what actually feels good. When you stop focusing on detection and start focusing on communication, everything shifts. Instead of asking, "Did you come?" which feels awkward and puts pressure on her, pay attention to her body. Notice the muscle tension. Feel her heartbeat. Watch for the involuntary movements. And when she says "just like that," stay exactly where you are. These 5 signs, muscle contraction, heartbeat and breathing, grabbing or shaking, sex flush, and verbal guidance, they tell you everything you need to know. But here is the part most people miss. If those signs are not showing up, it does not mean she is faking, or that you are doing something wrong. It might mean her body needs more time to build arousal. It might mean her pelvic floor needs strengthening. It might mean she has lost connection with her own pleasure and needs help finding it again. I am thinking about making a guide about the topics we discussed in this video. Comment guide if you might be interested. Oh, and check my store. I have guides on reconnection and the art of touch that help women climax more and connect with their bodies. This is why faking is sadder for women than it is for their partners. When she fakes it, she stays disconnected from her own body. She never gets to experience what real pleasure feels like, and the gap between what she pretends to feel and what she actually feels keeps growing. The saddest part is that most women think this is just how it is after 50. They think pleasure fades. They think orgasms become less intense or disappear altogether. But that is not true. What fades is the conversation. What disappears is the honesty. Imagine intimacy where both of you feel safe enough to be real, where she can say that does not feel good without worrying about your reaction, where you can ask what does feel good without feeling like you failed. That kind of intimacy does not happen by accident. It happens when you stop performing and start connecting.